All right, so next step is to thin down the stem. Now, this is a controversial step, I think, because a strong stem leads to a strong hafting area. Why do I want to thin down the stem? Well, it does make it easier to haft, because you can, if you get it thin enough, you can use a split stick. Don't have to carve a notch. You can just split the stick and stick it in there if it's thin enough. But it breaks easy. It'll break easily with a thin stem. But I'm going to thin it out anyway. Yeah, I think I ground this. Yeah, I ground this edge at the end of the last segment because I wanted to do another pass. Another advantage of grinding, other than preparing for another pass, is to make it stronger, eliminates a lot of incipient cracks, so that if you start hammering on some other area, it's not going to open up a crack as easily and snap it off by what they call end shock. Shock to the end of the piece can cause vibrations over here. A shock down here, ding, the vibrations along the whole thing can cause the end to snap off. Therefore, leading to the term end snap. Okay. So I'm going to be lazy and just take off the edge so that we have no more notches. Yeah. Yeah. By notches. Not that I don't like them. But, yeah. Completely rework it. And I get to do the philosophizing during the pressure flaking. Yeah. I can either do yapping or philosophizing. I think I'm going to do some philosophizing on this Halloween day. Yes, yes, yes. Copper is so nice. If you're a newbie, I used to recommend whatever works for you. But just forget that. Just use copper, okay? If you're a newbie. Yeah, stick with copper. Yeah, you can use what works for you. You can go, I don't like copper, I like antler. Use antler then. Don't listen to me. In fact, be skeptical about whatever I say, because that's the way you should be with everybody. Yeah, even my Flint philosophy. Check it out. Try it out. And then write in the comments your anecdotes. What's your personal experience? I read the comments. Yes, I do. Why do I read the comments? I like feedback. In most cases, I like feedback. I don't always like feedback. But in most cases, I do. Why don't I like it in some cases? Because I get emotional. Yeah. Emotional. Shall we get into why humans have emotions? Shall we? Is it good? What are emotions for? Yeah, let's get into it a little bit. Do emotions affect Flintknapping? Oh, yes. Really? If you don't think that emotions affect Flintknapping, you haven't been Flintknapping. No. In fact, I would probably, if I wasn't so critical of emotions, I would say that emotions are a big impetus as to why we make these things real thin. Forget about advanced weapon systems to prey on or to attack or defend against intelligent creatures. Maybe it's the emotions that are getting us to make these things thin. Yeah, it makes me hurl if they're thick. I feel like hurling because they're so thick. I don't like it. Maybe that's what it is. It's just emotional. But no. Not entirely. You wise guys that, including philosophers throughout history, that say that we are a slave to our desires, our emotions. Yeah, you wise guys, you might be right. In fact, I'll just concede a little bit and say yes, emotions play a big role in how these things look. But what are emotions for? Why do we need them? Well, we're a life form, right? So everything is a survival mechanism. Our whole existence is geared for survival. All of our systems are survival mechanisms, including our emotional responses. Survival mechanisms because we are a life form, self-preserving, supposedly. That's the way we're supposed to be. So everything is revolving around self-preservation. Of course, that extends to group preservation or preservation of others, because preservation of others also helps us. So not only are the cognitive ways of thinking and cognitive developments part of the survival mechanism, and our ideas are part of the survival mechanism, but the emotions are as well. If your emotions are leading to your destruction, there's something wrong with the way that you are dealing with emotions. They're supposed to be a survival mechanism, not a life enrichment, not a tool of rationality, although it does extend into rationality slightly. It's not wise to ignore emotions. It's not wise. The rational mind says it's not wise to ignore, but it's also not wise to completely depend upon emotions. So it's a survival mechanism, okay? Blah, 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 blah. We're up to that point. Okay. Part of our survival mechanism. So how does emotion affect Flintknapping? How does it affect? How we approach this? Well, one way is, let's say you're hunting, right? You start hunting. You're a young hunter, and you just can't get them. You hit the deer with a projectile point, boom, and the stupid arrow bounces off the deer. It bounced right off. It seemed like it hit the deer. Boom, you can hear it. Perfect long shot. Boom, but it bounced off and it didn't penetrate. It makes you very, very angry. Like, dude, I spent all this time. Still didn't get it. Something must be up with the arrowhead. Or me. You know? I'm angry at myself and at what I made. So I'm going to make it better. Yeah. I'll make it better. I'm going to get that sucker next time. I'm going to go and look exactly for that deer that's got a dent in his side, and I'm going to get him. I'm going to get that one first because I'm so mad. I'm going to make a ton of nice arrowheads, and I'm going to get that sucker. I'm going to chase it down. If I have to, I'll just run after it. Yeah. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We're up to the scoot ahead a little bit. Got a nice, beautiful point. Bunch of nice, beautiful points. Found the deer with a dent in its side. got all camouflaged with branches and stuff. Or maybe even made a decoy deer head and skin, draped it over himself. And now he's walking around the woods looking like a deer. And he found a deer that's got a dent in its side. Creeps up, shoots it the brand new arrow. Perfect lung shot, both sides, all the way through. Arrowhead sticking out the other side. Deer runs a little bit and poof, dead. Happy, happy days, happy dance, happy days, happy days, happy dance. Because I listened to my emotions that made me make better points, made me stalk this one deer. He didn't get away after all. So now, not only am I happy about being able to eat, I'm going to come back and tell everybody. I'm going to tell everybody. It was because I made a beautiful point that I got it. I made a bunch of them. Yeah. That's how it affects you. That's how it affects the culture. The stories you can tell. Everyone gets happy too. They go, yes, we were very happy you brought it because you didn't eat it all. It was a big deer. You shared it. All because you got angry and made better and more beautiful points. Now, is that the only reason why he was successful in the hunt? Maybe the shot placement was just better. Maybe it was closer range. Maybe the deer did not move. Because if it moves at the same time you shot it, it causes a deflection in the impact and doesn't penetrate as well if the target is moving. Many, many other factors. But all those things are a little bit too technical. So you rely on your emotion to explain things. Yeah, that's how it affects it. As an example, there are probably other examples, how the emotional thing can cause you to survive. It's a survival mechanism, and you are partially correct. If not, sometimes you're entirely correct. It is because of the emotion. But in general, overall, over time, in my opinion, since I also have an engineering background, the engineering part, I think, is the bigger effect. Because, we're creatures who are intelligent. We know automatically that, yeah, your emotions helped you, but what if you didn't get angry that you missed the deer? What if you're not the emotional type? Well, missed it. Let's look at the physical characteristics of my weaponry. Just as a purely engineering standpoint, maybe my bow wasn't strong enough. I'm going to strengthen my bow. I'm going to make another one. Or I'm going to cut it down a little bit, increase the draw weight. Instead of being 6 foot long, maybe make it 5.5 feet. All you got to do is cut new notches and make it so that the string length is shorter and that draw becomes stronger. I'm going to decrease the string length so that the draw increases, and I'm also going to make sharper points just from an engineering standpoint. Yeah, I think that is the greater impetus. That'll win out more than just saying it was the emotions that helped you. Or that guided you. Because they're not always there. The emotions are not always there. You know, you could be a calm, cool-headed person. A calm, cool-headed person is very beneficial to society. And then you can teach based on the physical properties. You can teach easier. It's more of a direct correlation between It's more of a situation where you can explain it better. I don't know. I'm not even explaining it better. But it's something you can pass down. You can pass down the technology by explaining it in technological terms better, with yielding better results. The questions are more specifically answered if you approach it from a technical standpoint. Because, if you approach it from an emotional standpoint and say, you just get angrier and you can make better points, it kind of raises more questions than it answers. Yeah, I know, but what exactly did you do? I just got angrier. No, but I mean, what did you actually do? How did you get that point so thin? Got upset with it. When actually what he did was he got more aggressive, and he found that you can be aggressive with this and thin it down. That makes more sense. He just got more aggressive. But I wouldn't have known that unless I approached this from a technical standpoint. More force. More risk. Take some more risks. Don't be so hesitant. Yeah. Oh yeah, it makes more sense than just get angry at it. It's more clear. Yeah. I can teach that to my kids. Just get a little more aggressive. Take a little bit more risk with it. Because you need to use more force. Yeah, I can teach that. That can be passed down. Because it's more specific. It's more technical. More persnickety. Yeah. There you go. I need to thin it down some more. Why? Because I'm sick of it? No. Because I'm angry with it? No. Just people want to know how to thin them down, and I'm going to show you by demonstrating. And try to explain that you just need to take some more risks and be a little more aggressive with it. Some might say, yeah, but there's an artistic thing to it too, man. There's artisms. There's artisms. Yeah, I know. That's hard to explain. Yeah. Hans over here, he's not emotional, he's not technical. He's artistic. That's why he makes good points. Because he's an artsy-fartsy dude. Yes, that is true. You can be an artsy-fartsy dude. That's why you make nice points. And guess what? They work really good. They work well. So you just need to be an artsy-fartsy thing. That's the secret. You need to be an artsy-fartsy guy. That's the secret. Well, yeah, I guess. But it's not the only thing. Is it? this stuff tends to crack. Tends to do that. Well, I say tends to. It didn't really, through most of it, it didn't do it. But it is doing it sometimes. Of course, I'm doing it to it. And it would be better if I used something softer than steel. It's a steel tool. Yes, it may be better. But I'm not going to use it because I'm emotional and I don't want to switch. I go, no, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of switching. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to switch back to copper. Because I'm tired of copper. I hate copper, right? I could say that. I hate switching. I want to keep the same tools because in my thought experiment, using the same tools over and over yields better results over time. Yeah. My frontal cortex is telling me that. Just use the same material for everything. Yeah. Are we thoroughly confused now? Is everything as clear as mud? What's the secret to frustration, to getting over frustration and depression? What's the secret? I think it's a 5-letter word, right? Let's see. Yeah, 5-letter word. It's called humor. I told my son, I think I told both my sons, the cure for your depression is humor, dude. I didn't say dude. Your cure for depression is humor. One of them. Not the only one. I shouldn't say the cure. And the irony is, I don't take someone seriously unless they have a sense of humor. Yeah. Yeah, but if you've got a sense of humor, you're not serious. Well, here you go. I don't take anyone serious until they can demonstrate that they have a sense of humor. If they're not humorous, they have no sense of humor. I'm not talking about mocking humor, because that's false humor. I'm not talking about mocking. I mock you. Ha ha ha, I mock you. It makes me giggle and roll on the floor because I can mock you. Ha ha. That's false humor. I don't know what that is. Some kind of vindictive crap. Mocking is not humor. It can be funny to mock, yes. It can be funny. It can, as long as you're not malicious about it, yeah, you can mock someone's appearance. They might actually look ridiculous, But where was I going with that? The humor is one of the keys to being cured from depression. Humor. And if you can't be humorous, try to figure out why. Why is it that there is no humor in your life? Why is it? Are you mentally ill? It's a serious question. I find that a lot of mentally ill people are not humorous, and they cannot appreciate humor. It's not good. So you look for ways to fix that. Are you able to laugh again? Look at the world in some situations and feel joy and feel laughter. You can actually laugh at things. Figure out how to become humorous, or to reinstill a sense of humor into yourself, and you're more mentally healthy, in my opinion. Gets rid of stress. If I break one of these arrowheads while I'm working on it, it's a controlled break, man. Controlled. Just like them controlled flakes. Yeah, I control it. It's a controlled break. Why is that funny? It's just funny. I think it's funny. I think the whole business of controlled flaking is funny. It's all controlled, yes. Even the brakes, you break it in half. In that case, if you follow the logic, right? Then why not? Why not have the mindset that any brake is a controlled brake? Yeah, the good ones and the bad ones. It's all controlled. If I snap this, it's because I'm meant to do it. Yeah, and for good reason. I can defend any snap I want. Anything bad that happens, I can defend it. Yeah. Good excuse. I can come up with a good excuse for any break on here. If it breaks in half, it's a good teaching opportunity. I did it on purpose. Oh, yeah. I'd be lying, right? Sometimes lies are humorous. If you are not mentally healthy, you can't deal with lies. Lies make you feel like you want to avenge. I will avenge. I will seek revenge because you lied to me. Yeah. Dude, it's just a joke. I don't care. It's a lie. It's a lie, therefore it needs to be avenged. Okay, dude. So you get where I'm headed with this. Okay. So, did it do it? Did it do it? It did it. It did. Can I do it again? I got it. One more to go. I'm going to thin it there. Did it? Did I prepare it well enough? Did I prepare it well enough? I wanted to do it. I want the dopamine of doing it successfully. The dopamine rush, right? If it works, I get a dopamine rush. Did it do it? Nah. It didn't do it that well. It did it kinda, sorta, but there's a little patch of concrete. Yeah. It's controlled concrete. I meant to put that concrete right there in the corner. I meant to do that so it'll be a teaching opportunity. As I was reworking this whole thing, I meant to leave that there. Yeah. You're lying, dude. Yeah, I know I'm lying. It's a joke. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for lying to me. Lighten up, dude. No, it's a lie. There's no way to excuse a lie. No. You will pay. Okay, so here we go. Where is the next lump? There's a lump right there. Do I like it? I could say I like it. I like it because statistically speaking, when a tip breaks off, it'll break off at that point. So if I leave it thicker there, it won't break at that point. Yeah, it'll break up here. Break up here higher. That way I can resharpen it. So there, I leave thick so that if it breaks, I can resharpen it without it breaking down here. Yeah? Yeah. It's a control lump. Okay, so am I going to notch this and stuff? I don't know. I think I like it like this. It didn't turn out as translucent as I thought it would be. Let me tackle that lump here in a minute. I got like 1 minute. Excuse me while I engage my frontal cortex. My right frontal cortex, because I think that's what is controlling the flaking. Because the right one is engaged in language. So if I shut the right one off, I can still do it. In fact, I can do it better. Because now all the blood's flowing to the right side. Here we go. Did it do it? Take a sigh of relief. Yeah, it's a trade-off. I lost some of the edge, but it's so unlumpified that the dopamine now is rushing. Satisfying. Really? No, not really. It did maybe for you guys. Holding your breath. Biting your nails. Going, no, don't strike the metal because it'll break. Yeah. I'm going to strike it again. Just to mock you. Oh. I mock you because I'm a Machiavellian. It's not the way it's spelled, man. Machiavellian is not spelled Machiavellian. Yes, I know that, dude. I know. It just sounds funny. You don't think Machiavellians don't mock? I think the Machiavellians are the ones that mock the most. So you should call them Machiavellians. Yeah. Start spelling it differently. Yeah. Did it do it? Please let it do it. Ah, yes. Ooh, is that a pattern? Did I do that sequentially? Ask an archaeologist. And they'll say, yeah, that's done sequentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. All like that. Plus this one. This number 1 though. This number 1. Then he did that one. Then he did this one. Well, maybe not because there's some different overlaps in here. So, but it was all done at the same time basically. That's what they would think. We know it. We know it better, right? Because I did that randomly. But if you look at it in the archaeological record, you're going to say this was done as a single pass, and you'd be wrong. Oh yes. I was working in other areas a little bit. It wasn't completely done together, although, you know, I started down here, I went up here, and I did this a while ago, this one up here. So I did this one first, I worked on other areas, came back, I did this area down here, and then I did the middle type of area there. So it was random. It wasn't really a single pass. I hit other areas, although I can't remember. I would have to rewind to know exactly what the sequence was. But yeah, even though I made this, I can't remember the sequence. So here we go. That's the next stage. I might do another video just so I can finish this out.